Hi,
Hello,
welcome to our podcast.
Lez-Come-Together.
I'm Jana.
And I'm Jo.
Hi, Victor.
Hey, Jana. Look at us in our Lez-Come-Together t-shirts.
Well, they can't look at us. This is a podcast.
Oh, we got t-shirts. Go onto Instagram and look at the video where Jana basically straddles me to show the back of the t-shirt. It wasn't about trying to see the back of the t-shirt. She just wanted to straddle me. And who can blame her? It's okay.
Who said I'm going to post that video of me straddling you?
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to keep that secret.
Oh, okay. It never happened, Molly or Vicky. Never happened.
Well, go on Instagram and check it out. You might be lucky. Or unlucky.
Exactly. So, how have you been this week, Jana?
Yeah, good. Well, has it been a week? Because what day is it? I haven't got
A clue. It's Wednesday. And I think we podded together last Tuesday. So, we've actually managed to plan.
Wow.
And this has been on the calendar for like 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Jana coming. That's planning.
And I came and you were on here.
I was upstairs just putting the baby to bed.
baby.
And you released the dog, which meant the dog came into the baby's bedroom, which meant everything was chaos and delayed.
Well, I was let into the house by Vicky, who then went out to get the other child.
And
I got
kids
no
everywhere.
instructions, so I stood there like an absolute lemon.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, I'll walk in here, and there's nobody here, but the dog followed me. And then we had a chat. We even made a little video, me and Barney.
Oh, fantastic.
And then I think he kind of got fed up.
You were boring him.
Yeah, typical. And went upstairs and found you.
Oh,
So, yeah,
who
that's
can
my
blame
story,
you?
and I'm
Did
sticking
Vicky
to
not tell you actually where I was?
She said Joe's upstairs, but there was no like, is she upstairs waiting for me? Or
That's a whole nother video. No.
because I kind of went halfway up the stairs and said, Joe.
Oh.
And I got nothing back. So I'm like,
Did you not know that I said I have to put Emily to bed? Did I not text you that?
You did, but I thought that's at 7, so surely by 7:35 you're there, ready for
You
me.
would hope, wouldn't you?
No, I don't
These things don't happen quite as you would expect them to happen. Anyway, so today, talking about topics, we decided we would talk about M. And obviously, Jana's really taken to heart that we should do a bit of planning. And she said to me, what letter and what should we talk about? And I said, well, let's do M, because I have had a suggestion from a friend about military, because the gays in the military is a really big topic.
Yes.
It's not funny, but hold on, it's great, very interesting.
That'll be one of our serious ones.
Yeah, we do sometimes say something serious.
We've got one or two or more that are less serious. So we were thinking, talking about money.
Yeah, not serious at all. Who needs it? But interestingly on that, you first of all said, I said to you, I can't think of any. Mm-hmm. And you literally came back with bang, bang, M.
There's loads. Money, mortgages, memories.
Movies.
I forgot them all. Movies, yeah. Mates, males.
Mothers. Makeup.
Misunderstandings. Me and you.
Misfits.
Misfits.
You and me. Yeah. So we've got loads. We won't cover them all.
No, we won't, but we'll try to pick some good ones. We have asked people to comment
On movies and
memories. So we got some. I do apologise though, 'cause I don't think I made it clear. I feel like people thought I'm asking for their memories with me.
Maybe that's the only memories they have.
That's
Without
how
you,
I'm
there's
taking it.
nothing.
So a few people said about the memories they had with me or Molly or not you, sorry. And then others actually understood the assignment
Right.
and just gave me their favourite
Memories.
So,
Right. Okay. Cool. So, should we start a little bit with the military?
Yes, I mean, I feel like you should take that one away.
So, I didn't really know this topic, but a friend of mine who has been hugely supportive and listened to the pod, she said, really like what you're doing. One of the topics you should probably cover is to do with gays in the military, because it's a huge topic for the middle-aged. Gay ex-service people. Because for those people currently in the military, unbelievably, the military now is actually recognised as one of the top recruiters, top 100 companies for gay and lesbian employees. Stonewall have this chart, which amazes me really. But go back to, and it was only
Not that long ago.
2000, and it was illegal to be gay in the military. And actually there was a case that came up where the European Court of Rights said that that was against the law to make it, because people have human rights to be gay, lesbian, and you can't then make it illegal for them to be gay in the military. But you know, when you think about that, I first got my first job at 95. So I could have decided that I wanted to go into the military. And I, at that point, for 5 years, would have been a lesbian, might have still been in the, would have been in the closet, but would have been basically breaking the law by being in the military. And actually, they had this team of people, investigators, I think they're called SBI, that used to literally stalk around trying to look for people in the military who were gay or lesbian. Yep. And when they had inclinations, they would do this most horrific investigation, which would include all their personal letters, diaries and everything, following them around, taking videos of them, interviewing friends and family. There was something about internal investigations and all sorts, trying to prove that they were or weren't gay. And then these people would be, if they were enough suspicion, and honestly, if there wasn't, these people would have left anyway because of harassment and fear. But they used to give them a dishonourable discharge, which means that they lost all pension rights. And this is still a topic because these people still haven't had actually any compensation unless they've sued the military. And even then, the military has played sort of silly buggers. And the amount of people that must have left in a cloud, not because necessary discharge, but because they just couldn't take the stress of whether they're coming, knocking on the door or not.
How awful. I do know a few people that were in the military. In fact, I used to date someone who was quite a high-ranking officer. So, yes.
At this period? So she would have been a lot, or she was a woman. Yeah. She would have been hiding it. And
of course she was a woman, yes.
Well, you've had your...
I've been a lesbian for a while now.
Yeah, but the early days were a little bit confusing.
This is about 15 years ago. And yeah, she used to be in the military, quite high-ranking officer. So I heard all the stories, and it was awful. You know, she was wonderful. She was great at her job, but they just could not be themselves. And obviously they had to hide all the time and hide everything. If you got a letter, and these letters were coded really, but you had to hide everything. Just awful.
And honestly, the implications for the years to come with things like money. Because obviously you leave the army, your confidence is shattered. Your actual, why did you leave the army? You can't tell anybody that. So employees think, well, that's a bit strange. You know, why didn't you stay? So I think their career progressions were really affected, and also mental health.
God, yeah.
Because of this sort of constant fear of, and even when they released the ban in 2000, people were too scared because it was considered lying if you joined the military at that period and not been honest. And obviously you couldn't have been honest because otherwise you would have been not able to join. So they couldn't actually come out even after it because they would have been under this cloud of lying on their application.
It's mad. I can't even imagine it.
No.
Yet there were so many, mostly lesbians, I say, joining the army.
Well, it sounded like a great place to go, didn't it? Loads of fit women doing exercise all the time.
But what's the point if you have to hide under the bed or in a cupboard? Stationary cupboard was a popular one, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I bet it was
things
rampant.
That happen in those stationary cupboards in the army.
But hideous. That is something where the military have kind of held their hand up, but have not really taken responsibility, as in, where's the compensation? They have had an official, apology, and people were stripped of medals and all sorts, and the recommendation is they get those back. But this is really serious, and it should be absolutely now that the government go, what the hell were we doing, and how do we make this better for everybody where we've affected their lives?
I hope justice prevails and people get what they deserve, back their medals back, all their compensations and whatever, because there's just no way of treating people, and I'm glad that's changed.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like for trans people at the moment. I know, I believe it's accepted and it's absolutely fine, because I know that it was accepted in America. I believe Trump, of course, is putting some sort of ban on that. So that's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
There you go. I think we're good here.
My son won't let us go to America on holiday next year.
I so want to go to America. I really, really do. There's so much to see, but I'm so put off by...
Yeah. I know, agreed. That man. I do know people also who are gay and have left America. They've now moved either back to the UK or living in Europe because they were like, no, not when he's likely to get back in.
Well, anyway, what is your experience? Do we have any military men or women listening to us? What is your experience?
Yeah.
Let us know. Share it with us. I think it's good to talk about these things. So,
and I'd really be interested in the the effects. You know, what do you think now, given that you've had like 15 years to, how do you think it's affected you? What would be different if you'd been treated properly, as you should have been, in a job where all you tried to do was serve your country?
Mad.
Yeah, crazy.
Just can't even get my head around it.
So money's an interesting one.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think, like, lesbian couples, how do they do with money? Because it's obviously one of those topics where it's really personal. Some couples share everything. You know, all the money goes into one account, everybody has dibs on it. And other couples, it's like, no, we have one account for the household things, and then we have our own account. What are your experiences in the lesbian community of how that normally works?
I think my experience mostly is that everyone kind of has their separate money or uses their money, and then as kind of joint money that they use for things that they do together, like holidays. But it really depends.
Like holidays, look, straight to the holidays.
Well, it depends, I suppose, because some couples, one might be earning so much more, some less. And
well, you have that a little bit, don't you? Don't you earn more than Molly?
well, that's a little bit personal and
Okay.
unfair to Molly. But yes.
Yes.
I always say that. Like, I'm very lucky. I work on the railway. We looked after pretty well. You know, it's a very responsible job. And it's pretty well paid. Whereas she works so bloody hard, has got an amazing business and got 5 jobs. And yeah, because she's self-employed. You know,
and one of the jobs is working for the council doing youth work, and
yeah,
you know, it's
pay is
voluntary
minimal.
almost.
Yeah, it's minimal pay or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It depends what kind of person you are. Like, yes, we have our separate accounts, I suppose, but we pay for everything together. But because I know I earn so much more, I often tend to pay more for things, because that just makes sense, surely.
See, whereas Vicky and I are different because we've got children, and also Vicky basically gave up her career for mine because we moved to a different country. We basically have just share accounts so that all the money goes into one account and it's used for everything. And I think that works when you have children and you have that topic that one has to sort of give their career up and be the carer at home. I think where we have to be careful in this gay community is this topic where, you know, people very quickly move in together. And I think I have seen a few nightmares where people get together, you know, the honeymoon romance lasts about 10, 12 days, and before you know it, they're moving in the cat.
U-Haul, yeah.
They're going in, U-Haul is arriving with all their possessions. They moved in together, and I think that's fine when you keep the finances separate so you can make sure that it is all the right thing and it's going to work out. But I've seen a few that have quite quickly,
That's mad. I would never do that.
Shared houses, and one person pays a lot more in, and then when it doesn't work,
don't you feel like, you're right, money, finances, it's such a personal thing.
Yeah.
Would you not feel that you really need to know that person to like have everything joined and together? Like after 6 months or a few weeks, you don't.
Absolutely, but it's so unromantic. I mean, I asked my wife for a prenup, and I swear to God, she looked at me and I went, I've got 2 choices here. I can get her to sign the prenup and not get married, or I can just go, yeah, okay, sweetheart, I love you, it doesn't matter.
My God, we're so similar.
Did you do the same?
I kind of mentioned it and then never mentioned it again.
It wasn't going to happen. I mean, she was not into the prenup.
Oh, we are so sorry, wives. We just, you know, me and Jo are just special.
Yeah,
but
very careful with our money.
Oh my God, this is sick. Anyway, but the thing is, if me and you were together, we'd be signing that prenup.
Absolutely, I don't want your money, but get off mine. I'd be absolutely. I mean, we both know, actually, if I'd said to Vicky, let's sign a prenup, she would have said, yeah, you organise it. And it wouldn't have happened anyway.
Well, exactly.
So it's all fine. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, there's money.
There is money. Well, is there? Where is it?
One thing I would also like to talk about when it comes to money, actually, is I'm a really big advocate for we need more money education in schools. And this is not to do with gay or lesbian. It is just that we teach kids maths, quadratic equations to be solved at, you know, the nth degree, but we don't teach them about how much it's going to cost you if you put things on a credit card and you don't pay it all off at the end of every month.
We don't, do we? But I suppose that's a bit of work that youth work does, at least, because they're picked up on the fact that schools don't do it. So, like, the young people that come to youth sessions, like with Molly's sessions or whatever, we'll try to teach them that. And they really don't know. They haven't got a clue. So, yeah, what are schools doing? Teach kids this. This is so important. I tell you what, the best thing my father ever did,
right,
and I hated him at that time. When I turned 18, he said to me, right, I've opened this saving account for you, Jana, and I've been putting money into it for the last 3 years. It's not much, but, I've put a little bit in there. I am now giving you that account, and you need to put your savings in, and you need to do it monthly, and this is how much you should be doing. I'm like, but I don't want to, Dad. Like, I was thinking, oh my God, I don't earn enough for the moment to do that. And I got really upset, and we had a huge argument about it. But then obviously I was like, well, I'm going to listen to my dad because he probably makes sense. Wow. And I did it for years. It was the best thing he's ever done for me. I did it like he said, and then I had like nice amount of money to do stuff with that I needed to, whether it was renting property or whatever.
Yeah. You had your nest egg.
Yeah. But that kind of like gave me life experience that stuck with me.
Yeah.
It is always in the back of my mind. I always have to have savings. I cannot be that person. And I tell you what, I've never had a credit card in my life.
Wow.
Never. Obviously, I have got mortgage, but I had a loan once for a car. But I've always worked hard and saved. I always had savings, and I've never had a credit card.
Yeah.
And I never needed one. I've got a wife now with a credit card. We use it to book holidays.
Wow. You do need it for certain
Just because of the safety.
Yeah.
I should probably apply for one because it's good to have one. And actually, something I want to talk to you about is collecting money, points for flying or something.
Oh, yeah, air miles.
Yes. So can we chat about that later?
Absolutely. Anybody wants me to explain the air miles and then would like me to refer them as a friend, because I get lots of air miles for referring you as a friend to a credit card.
There you go. Let's do that later.
Excellent. Good job. No, and I absolutely agree with you. I mean, my parents, when I was in my early teens, had really difficult time financially because they had their own business, and it was a garage, but with petrol. And I don't know, people won't remember on this pod, but in the early 80s, there was a petrol, they called it the petrol wars. And everybody was reducing the prices of petrol to try and get people on the forecourt. And basically, they almost went bankrupt. And they had this incredible piece of land in Barnes in London, which would have been worth millions, but they couldn't sell it to develop. And they basically managed to somehow just get enough money to scrape through. And the next people that bought it, by the way, developed it for houses and made absolute fortune.
Sure.
But we are a happy family. But I think watching my parents go through those financial money worries and realising how important it is to have money, I've always saved too. Everything I earn, I've always said, part of it to spend, part of it to save. Yep. And it's, for me, it's given me that confidence that whenever in life I make decisions, I have a backup plan. So I don't ever feel that I can be taken advantage by a person, a job, because I've got savings, and I could always say, screw you, I'm going back to live with my parents. Coming back one day, Mum. And I've got a bit of savings, which would mean I could sort myself out before I was back on my feet.
Amazing. You sound very much like me.
Exactly.
Are you sure we were not separated at birth? We're twins, mate.
Twins.
You're the older one, obviously.
Sensible one. So what you said then, which really interests me, at 18, when you hated your dad, and I told you about the fact that I had a period where I wasn't.
Oh, I didn't hate him. I just hated him at that time because he all of a sudden put this really
this pressure on you.
And I said, Dad, why are you doing this? Like,
I never
hated my dad.
Oh, okay.
I love my dad.
That's what you just said at 18 when I hated my dad. I was like, I thought you. Okay.
Oh, I didn't word it correctly. Dad, he won't hear this, but
absolutely will.
I never hated you. Only at that moment when you put that huge pressure on me of having to save money. But look, I've done good.
I'm proud. Done good.
Yeah, I've got a good job. I've got money. I've got a house. I've got wife.
Got a podcast.
Car, podcast, phone, pants, bras, t-shirts.
What more do you need?
None of that is M.
That's fine. Material things. But that is actually, material items is something that is really interesting because we get sucked into this consumer culture that makes us think that we need the phone, the clothes, and actually in reality, what do you really need? I mean, actually, probably a phone
Trainers.
is...
Always need trainers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we need to be careful that we don't try and judge happiness on what belongings we have, because in reality, they can't make you happy.
Do you know, I was saying that to Molly the other day, like, look, I'm 40, nearly 46, and, you know, I'd love to be living in a big house, and we can afford it. We can buy a bigger house, and eventually we will, but it won't be huge. It'll be a 2-bedroom, because that's all we need.
Yeah.
But, like, I still, because we don't have kids, I still prefer that we live where we live. We're really, really happy, other than we could do with a bit more space. Do we really need a bigger house? For who?
Exactly. You've got to clean it.
Up. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. We're not like that. I mean, I'd like a new car, because I do like to have a nice car. But again, like, I don't really need it, so I'm holding back on that. And I always turn the money around in my hand before I pay for things. Like, you know, I try to get a good deal.
Turn the money around in your hand. So basically, before you would pay it, you'd check the deal's right, but also turn it around and go, am I really prepared to let go of this? I like that sentence. Okay. Not heard that before.
No,
Turn the money around in my hand.
Oh, okay. I thought that's like, no, it's not your, it's Slovakian saying, then I just translated it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We have the saying, look after the pennies,
Oh,
and the pounds will look after themselves.
couldn't even say that's too many words.
Too many P's.
Too many
And it's
Ps.
no M's.
No.
So people wanted to talk, one of them they mentioned was mothers. So we've gone to, you know, fathers, M's, mothers. Because with gay people, being a mother or not being a mother is a big topic, isn't it?
Yep.
Because it's not like, for my generation, which would have been yours too, we assumed if you knew you were gay, you probably weren't going to be a mother. Now, gay women absolutely have the choice. Do they want to be a mother or don't they want to be a mother?
No mama.
No mama. And we had that conversation on the wives thing, so we won't go back there.
No.
But there's also that topic of mothers in terms of a lot of gay women found it really hard to tell their mums they were gay.
No.
Because of the disappointment, because of the...
But why? Why did it take me 30 years of my life to tell? Do you know what I mean? Like, mad, isn't it? But I did. And, you know, mum didn't take it great. But here we are.
But that's really interesting. I mean, Slovakia is a slightly different country where it is different in terms of the acceptance.
Yeah.
But what is it like? I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I just hit my mic. And all I want for my children is for them to be happy. But the problem is I may have a vision of what happy looks like. And I think that's the topic where when telling mothers that they may struggle because that vision of happiness might not have included your daughter being with another woman, or if you think they can't have children, you might have thought, my God, they're going to have, that's what I wanted for them. But the irony is, we shouldn't decide what happiness looks like for anybody else.
No, because for everyone, happiness looks different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even for me and you, it would be different.
Oh, definitely.
You say that as if that's a... But I just mean, from one
Well, for
person...
you, happiness, obviously, is having a wife, 2.5 kids, a big house. For me, it's a small flat, no kids, one wife.
How many wives have I got? But travel, okay.
Travel.
A lot of travel, holidays.
Yeah.
But I think
That's my
my
happiness.
happiness has changed in every phase of my life as well. I would say that there was a time when travel was really big. Now it is. So, movies.
Oh, yeah. We have put the question out there and asked people what their favourite movies were. And now I have to try to remember. What have you got?
Well, Kino said Catch Me If You Can, which is a fabulous movie. Boy that looks like a girl.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
I quite
watched it a long
fancied
time
him
ago.
because
Did
he
you?
does look like a girl.
Oh. I loved him in Titanic, which is Molly's favourite movie of all time.
Is it?
Yeah. When I asked her, she couldn't give me a straight answer. She couldn't decide, but she had to go with Titanic and then / Love Actually. The two films.
They are great films.
I think Titanic, I mean, she's watched it about 35 times.
Oh, God.
She knows it. Like,
I can tell you the end. I knew the end before I even watched it.
it is a great film. I mean, I love it. I've seen it at least 10 times myself. I mean, it's absolutely great.
I think
film.
Vicky's would be Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my God,
which is also a wicked film.
Mine was Law Abiding Citizen. I love that film.
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's all about revenge, so I love that. But I feel like it changed recently. I feel like it changed recently. I watched something. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be now my favourite movie, and I don't know what that was.
No, but we'll get to the menopause, loss of memory.
Yeah.
You can't remember what it was that you watched yesterday.
Well, no, it wasn't yesterday. It was a few days ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I watched something. I was like, oh, this is very, very on par with my favourite film. And I don't know what it was. Yeah. Law Abiding Citizen is really good.
So I'll have to check that one out. So my favourite film, I think, we were talking about the military, and I said, oh, we could talk about in films A Few Good Men. That's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
And you said, I don't know that film. And I said, you can't handle the truth. And I think that's a really good impression of Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I'll have to watch it now. You really made it very attractive to me right now.
Well, the reason... So you will have noticed that although we've said about our favourite movies, none of them have been lesbian movies.
G.I. Jane. I know, it's not lesbian, but oh my God, sorry, it's just come to my mind. I've made Molly
With
watch
Goldie
it.
Hawn.
No, Demi Moore.
No.
G.I. Jane.
Oh, yeah, it is her. You're right. But there is something, there's Private Ryan or something. No, it's Private Benjamin. Which is Goldie Hawn. Anyway, let's move swiftly on. Demi Moore is in A Few Good Men. She is gorgeous.
Well, she is, and she is absolutely stunning in G.I. Jane. And although it's not a lesbian movie, I swear every lesbian that watched G.I. Jane wished G.I. Jane was lesbian because she's just...
And that they joined the military and the band had gone by
There
that
you go,
point.
we now know.
Full circle.
Full circle. Everyone that watched G.I. Jane joined the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Why not?
Yeah, I wanted to. I remember I think it was Navy, wasn't it? Although I've spoken to someone and they said that they think that the gay community within actual Navy was much bigger than RAF or Navy. I don't know what the reason for that was.
So Navy was bigger than RAF and Army, or
Army was bigger than RAF and Navy. A lot more gay people would kind of concentrate in the Army rather than RAF or
the
Navy.
report I was reading was saying that the different services actually had different, like a level of aggression towards these investigations. So there may have been that one of them was less aggressive, I hope, and then had a negative effect on people. But yeah, so that's interesting about those movies because they do often have, though they might not be lesbian movies, they have some very strong characters, female characters. So like Demi Moore's in A Few Good Men. Titanic, obviously, got amazing Kate Winslet.
Love her.
Yeah.
Yeah, lesbian. Yeah, but the thing is, when we were younger, which is when your films become your favourites, I suppose, when you're younger and watch them, right?
Yeah, probably.
There wasn't that many gay films around, so...
No, and I looked at them, like the top 25 gay movies, and I was surprised how few of them I've actually seen. I had seen a few, like Carol. I thought that was an ace movie. And...
Yeah, it was a good one. What about...
Bound, obviously. Did you see Bound was so destructive, the whole relationship, but it was just an ability to see two very hot women getting it on.
It's mostly like series that you watch that would have lesbian and gay people in there rather than films, because I guess no one ever wanted to invest too much money into a gay film.
No.
Up until not long ago.
And what's great now is they don't have to, because we just get, it's normal. In a movie, there will just be some really good gay characters, and they're not there because they're gay. They're just characters, and it's
because it's part of life.
Yeah, exactly. And Isaac is currently watching a sort of Dungeons and Dragon cartoon for Disney, and one of the characters has got a wife, and I'm like, get in, like, and it's so stupid, but it's just
normalising things.
Absolutely, brilliant. It's the way it should be.
Well, while you look for whatever you look in,
I wanted to know what gay films there were.
I could name a few, but I'll wait for you to get them up and we can talk about them. Going back to people and their favourite movies, Simon has given me Green Mile, Schindler's List.
Oh, the good movies.
And something called Zulu Dawn. No, sorry, Simon.
No,
Zulu Dawn.
Zulu Dawn. Is that the one with Ben Stiller, Zulu, or is it something else?
I have no
No, it sounds very masculine, Simon. Not here.
He tried to tell me there's a lesbian scene in there, I think because he really wants me to watch it. But
The whole
I have a
thing.
feeling there is no lesbian scene in there. It's quite an old film and it's all very army-like. I don't know.
No.
No. Sorry. Sam. She said Cool Hand Luke. Apparently it's quite an old film. Never heard of it.
No.
We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
And Crow. Quite dark, but one of her favourites.
I've not watched it either. Okay.
Yeah. Misha, interesting. Her favourite film, Independence Day.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Big blockbuster. Unusual for somebody's favourite film.
I know. I've never heard anyone say that's my favourite film, but actually, I do see that. I did enjoy it when I watched it.
Yeah.
I think I need to rewatch
Will
that
Smith
one.
is amazing.
Got to mention Nicola.
Yeah.
She said she has a few, but Aladdin.
Who?
Aladdin?
No. What is it?
Aladdin?
I'm
did I
sorry.
say?
Aladdin, but I do know Aladdin. Bless you. Yes.
And you didn't pick up from my accent, that's what I meant.
No.
You're a useless friend.
Sorry, I should have
Aladdin.
helped you. Aladdin.
Okay.
It's like the Disney one.
Aladdin. We call it Aladdin.
No, you don't.
Oh, wait, it's... Anyway, we do. You can't tell me we don't. Anyway.
Slovakian people, write to me, tell me on Lez-Come-Together at gmail.com. Does anyone call it Aladdin? Because that sounds like a tablet for a headache.
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Is that right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's Nicola's favourite, which also comes with a favourite memory.
Right.
And that was when she went to see it on a stage and her 5-year-old niece just whispered, "Wow," to herself when the Cave of Wonders scene appeared.
Oh, that is a really cool
How
memory.
cute.
Because we asked people for memories as well. I remember when we took Isaac to see Wicked, and the thing I loved most about it on the stage was that I just, every time I looked at him, his eyes were popping out of his head, and he had this...
Aladdin.
Aladdin. And he just had this look of amazement, and that is so cool when you can give that to a child. So yeah, I agree with you, Nicola, absolutely.
Yes, and also her go-to happy movie is, I don't know why I'm laughing, Pitch Perfect.
I do love that.
And she knows all the words.
Can she sing?
Probably.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well then, brilliant.
I have watched something recently that I absolutely loved, and you know where you're talking about military. I know this is in America again, but it's called 6888. If you haven't seen it, it is so beautiful.
6888.
It's a 900 women, black women, battalion
Oh, okay.
in the Second World War that were posted to basically deliver post, because apparently that's all they were good for, because they were black. Honestly, it is one of the most beautiful, beautiful movies.
Wow.
It is quite sad when you see how black people were treated. But what those women did, honestly, we both cried, Molly and I. It was just beautiful to watch.
That ties into another movie that I absolutely love and probably should have put it on my favourite list, and it's called Hidden Figures. And it's actually about 3 black women are the main characters, and they were working for NASA. And they were instrumental on getting a man on the moon, but also changing a lot of the rights at the time and carving the way for what was obviously way overdue in equality. So fantastic movie. So check that one out as well. Hidden Figures. Again, no lesbian theme, but fabulous female characters.
Yeah, there was no lesbian in 6888. Don't need a lesbian to, enjoy a film.
No, and that is true.
I mean, it's nice,
but when I was growing up, I was desperate, and I think we've spoken about this, to see lesbians on TV and in movies, because it was role models that normalised it and made some sort of connection to me and my life and what I was seeing around me. But now, it's fantastic. You don't need to, but it's great they're there because they should be anyway.
There you go.
There we go. Movie's done. Tick.
Memories.
Memories like the... Oh, no, Simon, sorry, I won't.
Right. What have you got?
Well, the reason I mentioned memories was because not just about favourite memories.
I'm sorry. What you've got is 47 missed calls on your phone.
I haven't got any missed calls on my phone. I just haven't listened to voice messages from my mother.
Oh my
You can see she just rings, like they're 3 seconds. It's, "Hi Joe, I'll try you later." Why would I listen to that?
47 missed calls.
So when we were talking about mothers and how much we love them, I mean, Mum, stop leaving me 3-second messages saying I'll call later. You don't have to leave a message.
Does she listen to
No,
this?
she doesn't know how to.
Oh, bless her.
I need to set it up, don't I, on us?
What have you been doing?
It's just a little bit busy.
Fair enough. Back to memories.
Yeah, I mentioned it because I think there's a difference between memories and how where you are in your life actually shapes that memory or colours it right now. You know, there are some memories that I really cherish and I think are even more special now than they were at the time. And there's other memories at the time were really important, but now I can't really think about them without a bit of sadness or whatever because something else has happened. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think I get that.
So when people tell you about their favourite memory, I think it tells you a lot about where they are today rather than necessarily that memory itself. So let's look at some of the memories and then we'll make judgments on where these people
let's
are
judge
today.
people. We like judging people.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
Sam, you know Sam, she's been amazing. She's been listening to us. One of our biggest fans, I think.
Right.
She's listened to episode 11 twice.
And that only just
it
got
was
released.
that good, guys, and you haven't listened to it, do that now. So Sam's favourite memory was holding her goddaughter first time. How cute is that? I think she absolutely adores her goddaughter. And also her favourite memories are spending time with people she cares about, including moi.
Holding your goddaughter, Sam, 100% new life is so incredible. When you look at what we can do as like we're born from nothing, like those little sperms and that little egg, they come together and then they make this most incredible tiny beautiful creature, and I say creature because when they first come out they look a bit like that. And then
You still look like
and they develop into this and then just keep it's just incredible. Blooming marvellous. New life is incredible.
Do you know, I'm looking at you. You do look bloody good for 52. You really do. Someone said that the other day. They said, "How old is Jo?" I said 50. No, you do look good. You got a really young face. I hate you.
Do you know my secret? I have never worn any makeup.
No.
And I don't wash my face with soap. I would only ever use water on my face because I think it dries your skin out.
Can I touch it? Oh, you're so soft. I mean, there's a few wrinkles.
Oh, there's loads of wrinkles. That's the only problem. Loads of wrinkles.
But you are very useful, I've got to be honest with. Oh, let's not get too close.
Have you worn a lot of makeup? Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Wow, that hurt. But yeah. Anyway, back to memories. Lenka,
Yep.
our wonderful Lenka, who has moved, and I still don't know where that is. I forget what it's called. It's further than Luton. Oh, it's something with B. Oh, I always forget. She used to live local-ish, and basically Lenka is my oldest friend here in UK. I met her when I was 18, and she was like a blessing to me.
And you miss her, don't you?
I really do. We're the oldest friends, and she's very special to me. And she just fucked off, got married, had a child, a dog. Another one of those.
Oh man!
But I could get over that. Getting married, having a child, but moving away to further than Luton again.
To B.
It's
probably Birmingham.
Oh, she's gonna kill me. I'm so sorry, Lenka. Maybe I'll have to do a little ad thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do miss her. And she replied with her favourite memory, and said her favourite memory with me was cooking jam. She was pregnant, a week short of due date, and apparently I was drunk.
Oh, no change there then.
Not that apparently that made me any different. That made any difference to my jam cooking ability or non-ability. Anyway, she put sugar in at the beginning, and it ended up being rock hard and took forever to dissolve once set in the mason jar. It's favourite because I kept laughing, and it was probably the last time me and Lenka spent time
Just the
together
two of
properly.
us. Oh.
And that made me really happy in a way that that's her
A favourite memory?
Of us, obviously, and because I'm surely the favourite memory will be the birth of her child and all that.
I'm sure.
But yeah, it does make me sad because that's a long time ago. Actually.
Yeah.
That's a very long time ago, and I felt really sad reading that. And I am going to make super duper effort to see her this year and spend some time.
Exactly.
So if you're listening, Lenka, I'm coming.
So any of you that have gone, right, what's my favourite memory? And you've thought about a time with somebody or doing something, and yet it was a long time ago, you now have the assignment to look up that person or go back to that thing and recreate those memories. Do it again. Because life is short, people, and let's keep making amazing memories.
Absolutely. Do you know, and I thought I'm pretty good, and I am to a point, but somehow, I mean, I saw Lenka at a wedding, but, you know, that was my wedding, so it's not the same as spending time together.
No, because hopefully you were spending most of the time with Molly.
Yeah, obviously.
Good.
Which brings me to when I asked my wife what her absolute favourite memory was, and she said, I literally cannot think of anything else than our wedding.
Aww.
She said it was just absolutely perfect. Everything about it. She loved everything about it. It is her favourite memory.
Oh, that is so gorgeous. We're going to have to just pause because I have to go and ask my wife, because obviously I haven't bothered. Because I have no idea what her favourite memory is.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Oh, you're actually
Do you
doing
know,
it.
one of the things I know that is not her favourite memory, which is actually really hard.
It's my wedding.
Well, that too. No, she did enjoy your wedding. But it would not have been the birth of her child, as in Isaac, because, and this is where I think, again, we have to be really careful, because we build up this thing of motherhood and how amazing it is, and how the first time you ever hold your child is like the most incredible moment. And for some people it is. But for Vicky, because of all the birth was really traumatic, and I won't go there, she held Isaac and actually felt numb, and then I think caused postnatal depression, or it was coming anyway, but because everyone else had told her how amazing that situation should have been, and she didn't feel it, and then she felt guilty, and then started a whole sort of downward spiral that took some time to sort out.
That's really sad. But I believe a lot of women don't see that as their favourite memory. I mean, I can't see why you'd feel that's your favourite thing to do, push out a human being out from your banani, or...
Do you know, you just called banani.
Panani.
Panani. Okay, I thought you said banani. And when I put Emily to bed tonight, I said, Jana's coming, and she said, banana's coming. She didn't hear me. Oh. And she called you banana. And now you're pushing babies out of your banani.
Called
a punani. Yeah, I have heard
Panani.
That. Okay.
People do call me Jana Banana.
Do they?
Yeah.
Next time, Big Joe, yay, Jana Banana.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me just check what Vicky's favourite
doing it.
memory is,
Okay.
and then I'll be right back, because you have to go to bed. So, the answer initially was, well, I don't know. And I'm like, well, Jana knows Molly's. And she was like, well, that's the podcast all over. Jana knows all Molly's. You haven't got a clue what mine is. I was like, yeah, but you don't know what yours is, so how am I? Anyway, luckily...
Love you, Vicky.
Exactly. Luckily, she was on the phone to her mum at the time, and her mum said New Zealand, and then she remembered that they had a helicopter ride in New Zealand on a glacier, Franz Josef, and then she said, and probably with you on honeymoon when we did a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. So there at least one of them included me.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, I don't remember any of those things.
What?
So I don't really remember the helicopter. Honestly, I don't have a great memory. And my favourite memory right now, a lot of them include the friend that I lost, and I really struggle with thinking about them without there being this sort of tarnish and cloud. So
yeah, I get that. With people I've lost. You know, there were so many memories that were happy memories, and exactly, I can't bring myself thinking about that. The idea
it'll come
is,
back though, won't it?
Yes,
It comes back.
It is, and also you must never stop making new memories. All right.
Right.
You know that.
I know that. We're going to London to have a fish pouch.
Seafood boil.
Okay.
Pouch boil. Seafood boil. Are we still doing it? Are you up for it?
We're making memories.
Also, we need to put that in a diary.
Right.
We're going to make some memories. Last one I have to mention. So when I asked Misha for favourite movie and the memory, She gave me Independence Day, and then she said, and as a memory, I'll never forget the pure love and unity at your wedding.
So her favourite memory is your wedding.
I know. Well, like, obviously, I thought he was meeting me first. That was her favourite memory. Then
Right.
having children and a husband, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was our wedding, which I think is beautiful,
That's
though.
really beautiful.
It just goes to show, and I've heard this from a lot of people, and it makes me so happy because that means our wedding was exactly what we wanted it to be. And
It
it
was
was.
amazing.
You remember, there was like, it was simple, but it was beautiful. People sitting on the grass chatting.
Honestly, they had their wedding at a friend's house in their garden. I mean, it's a beautiful garden. And a lot of the sort of bar stuff, etc., you sourced yourself. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, we put some work into it. But and this brings me on to saying memories don't always have to cost money.
That's true.
And, we managed to, we didn't even see the difference in our bank accounts because we've done it over a year and paid for things here, there and everywhere.
Which is incredible because most people need that credit card and a mortgage and a bank loan for their weddings.
Even Molly said, honestly, I felt no difference in my bank account.
Wow.
We spread it over everything. We did so much work, little things that you all took away. We've put it all together and ordered stuff from online and found the cheaper things and deals. And we've done a lot of it ourselves. All the decorations, we did it ourselves. Why not?
Yeah, and it was amazing. So we will have to post some of those pictures when we release this podcast. Right, more M's because Molly, no, you're Jana. Jana has to get up really early tomorrow morning, so we can't be late. What M's have we missed?
I don't know. Should we end on misfits, maybe? Misunderstandings, misfits, something funny.
No pressure then.
I've got a good one.
Okay.
So my friend Misha, Misha.
Yeah.
She had issue with her eye or something. She couldn't see, so she wears either contact lenses or glasses.
Right.
And she was wearing contact lenses, but she couldn't see from one eye, and she was really worried about it. So went to Specsavers. They looked at it, and they're like, "Well, your contact lens is not in there."
Brilliant.
She felt so dumb, bless her.
So she basically thought she was losing her eyesight because she'd forgotten to put her contact lens in.
Well, yeah.
Brilliant. I love it.
Bad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And that perhaps does come with, I'm not outing her, but most of us are at that age, where we are talking premenopausal, and we haven't spoken about menopause, but we all know that
and
we
that
are getting
is
affected.
And honestly, I did wanted to talk a tiny bit about it because I spoke to a friend again this week who's the one who wants the injunction, and she's 45 and she has been to see 2 different doctors because she's suffering with classic menopause symptoms like anxiety, forgetfulness, rage, and both doctors have said, "Are you still having your period?" And she says yes, and they say can't be menopause, so they give her antidepressants, and that is absolute rubbish. I've spoken to physicians about the menopause. All of those are really normal symptoms of perimenopausal, and you should be having HRT medication and not antidepressants. And we need to educate women that don't just listen to doctors that are saying to you, because your periods haven't ended, you can't be menopausal. Bullshit.
Yeah. But you'd think they'd know that.
How hard is it? I honestly think in their medical training they do like 20 seconds on the menopause, and unless they decide later on to specialise in it, they don't know it. I mean, I know more listening to Davina McCall movie, TV show, or whatever it is.
Ridiculous. But hopefully there's people out there that are sort of
Getting sorted. I got the drugs now.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got estrogen. No, HRT. I've got progesterone or whatever that is, or indigestion. So yeah, it's all going to be fine.
You're going to get better.
A much nicer person.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Any day now.
Right.
So anything left? What's on your notes?
Nothing.
We haven't discussed makeup. Oh, and I knew so much about it.
Do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Did you want to say anything about makeup?
No.
I wish people would feel more comfortable walking around without makeup, because a lot of people actually look absolutely stunning without makeup, but they somehow think that they look better with makeup on.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do. I mean, if you stick a load of makeup on, you get rid of all of your character of your face and make it look smooth as a baby's bottom. The problem is your skin cannot breathe at that point. If your skin can't breathe, the pores are going to open. So unless you're really good at your removal technique, I think it causes your skin to get more pores. And that means that when you look at your skin in the mirror, you think, I need makeup because I've got more pores. And I think it's a vicious circle.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I agree with you. Like someone said to me the other day, oh my gosh, you look really tired. And it's bags. At the beginning of the day, honestly, my whole face is a little bit puffy and it takes a couple of hours before it comes back to being like this. By midnight, I look 12. But in the morning, I look 65. And then it slowly comes back together. And they said, you know, just wear a little bit of makeup. But I'm like, no, because if that's what I do, then people expect me to wear makeup. And I just think they've got to accept I have a baggy face until about midday.
I think you're absolutely beautiful without makeup.
Oh, thanks, Jana.
You're welcome.
Oh, I should say something nice about you now.
No, don't worry.
Anyway, nice t-shirt.
Thank you. Thank you. So which one of us is going to summarise what we talked about?
Yeah, I think they've heard it enough once. I don't think they want to hear it a second time.
Fair enough. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure as always.
It really
talking to you
has.
about memories we're going to make.
Yeah.
Money.
We're not going to make.
We covered everything, I think, on the
Dusted. M is
done.
mullered.
Mullered.
Sorted.
We didn't butcher it too much, did we?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, that's fine. We'll listen back.
We didn't talk about Molly under M.
Oh, well, I spoke of Molly.
Of course.
And yes.
But that is our favourite M.
100%. Little
And it was
Molly.
her birthday just 2 days ago.
It was, but by the time this goes out, that'll be
Months.
old news. Yeah, she'll be 45 by then. Yeah, she's nearing the big 40.
That'll be a big one. 2 years.
Oh my God, another M, Mama Liz.
Oh,
my
we miss
God,
Mama
there's so many.
Liz.
Yeah, I mean,
We did talk about mothers though.
We did, but I didn't mention in particular Mama Liz. It's going to be her 70th this month, and big party this Saturday.
Oh.
I just cannot believe she's 70.
No, she didn't look it. She doesn't act it.
No.
Well, happy birthday, Mama Liz. You are amazing. Keep being so.
Absolutely. I said to Molly the other day, I just cannot imagine ever Mama Liz not being here. Like, I know I lost my mum and how hard it was, and I just don't want to go through that again with her mum because she really is absolutely wonderful. It's going to be horrible. So she has to stay forever.
Ever.
She hasn't got a choice. The other day, my trousers malfunctioned.
Really? Mm-hmm. How does that happen?
That's M.
Yeah, malfunctioning
Basically,
trousers.
I think I got a bit fat and the zip. I took a picture, sent it to Mama Liz. Any chance you'd be able to fix this? Yeah, no problem. Literally.
What, she gave you a tummy tuck?
So funny. Literally next day, Molly took my trousers there. They were back within 24 hours, all fixed. I love her. I really do.
That is awesome. Mama Liz, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to you too, Jo.
Thank you to Tutu. Thank you to Tutu.
Mates. Thank you, mate.
Mates.
It's been a good one. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us as always. And if you got to this part of the podcast,
Well done.
there's an award in it for you.
Definitely. Thank you from Jana.
Thank you from Jo.
Bye.